Hey, Mark Guido here again with Grand Adventure. Now, way back in episode 4, we introduced you to the Mopeka LP Tank Check from AP Products. It's a device that's used to ultrasonically measure the amount of propane left in your tanks. However, ours stopped working, and it turns out there was a problem with the second generation of the LP Tank Check. We're here to explain to you what that problem was and what the company's solution is on this episode of Grand Adventure, so stay tuned. Now, the way that these little propane tank sensors work is they magnetically attach to the bottom of your propane tank. And right here is a little ultrasonic sensor. And what that does is it sends ultrasound up through the tank and back to the sensor to measure how much propane is left in your tank. And then it transmits the data via Bluetooth either to your smartphone or to a separate optional little monitor that you can mount inside the coach. Now, like we said, ours stopped working. And what was happening is the little rubber sensor, that little ultrasound sensor, was actually peeling back and separating. And once that happened, basically the sensor became useless.
Here are our two old sensors. You can clearly see the rubber pad peeling back in the sensor on the right, while the pad is completely gone in the one on the left.
So AP Products has released a third generation of these sensors with a new improved rubber system back here with the ultrasound that is not going to separate. In addition to that, they've improved the water tightness of these units, and the way that you can tell that it's a third generation is they're real thin. They're only about a 1/4 inch thick, which is about half of what the old ones were. You can actually even see that in the packaging because they haven't changed the blister pack. So there's a bunch of empty space in the blister pack, so you know that you've got a Gen 3. Now, they transmit to a new Gen 3 monitor that, unlike the old Gen 2 monitors, can actually be calibrated for a tank larger than 20 pounds. Before, if you wanted to have it calibrated to a tank larger than 20 pounds, you could only do that through the smartphone app. Now, the only real downside is that the Gen 2 sensors cannot communicate with the Gen 3 monitor. So therefore, if you have two Gen 2 sensors, you have to replace them both. And if you have the monitor, you need to replace that as well. Now, reportedly, AP Products has been really good about replacing defective Gen 2 units with Gen 3 units under warranty. At RVX, the trade show a couple of weeks ago here in Salt Lake City, we did meet with the president of AP Products, who assured us that they are going through with that. And as a matter of fact, they've replaced ours. So we're going to put the new ones in today. So these things are conveniently marked Tank 1 and Tank 2, so you know which one to put on which tank and which one it's going to read on your display. But they simply mount via magnet right to the bottom of the tank.
Then if you opted for the monitor, you simply press a button to pair them before checking your propane levels from inside. The smartphone app for both iOS and Android will provide much more information. Here we see the overview of both tanks with levels and update information. If we drill down to Tank 1, we see battery level, Bluetooth signal level, and quality of data. Switching to Tank 2, we can see that it's down to 17% and getting ready to time to refill. In each tank settings, we can rename the tank, set the tank size and orientation, and customize an alarm threshold at which we'll be notified that the tank is nearing empty. We can also choose to see the tank level in percent, inches, or centimeters.
So we still think the Mopeka is a great little system for checking your propane tank levels with great precision. We just understand there was a problem with those Gen 2 units. If you're having a problem with yours, check and make sure that those little rubber pads over the ultrasound sensors have not separated. And if they have, give AP Products a call. We'll put the toll-free phone number right here on the screen, as well as in the video description down below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up down below. Also, if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. In addition to YouTube, you can communicate with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You'll find the links to each of those accounts in the very bottom of the video description down below this video. We'd be honored if you shared Grand Adventure with your friends and family because we come out with a new episode each and every Wednesday. And until next week, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you soon.